America faces a sudden collapse. Literally, a sudden collapse. It's going to be very, very quick. One of the main reasons that, well, there's a lot of main reasons, but one of the main reasons that it's going to be a sudden catastrophic collapse is, I can't even say that word, is because the petrodollar is at the end of the rope, okay? First of all, we sanctioned some major players, China, Russia. Guess what? All these other countries like Middle East, Africa, Asia, all these countries are watching and they're thinking to themselves, am I next? Is Big Brother, is the Western countries, are they going to seize my wealth like they did with Venezuela gold? Or are they going to seize my wealth like they did with the Russian money that they had in their banking accounts? Okay, so that's a very big problem, because as people around the world see that sanctions and seizures, they realize that the dollar is just a weaponized weapon, and who the hell would want to hold that, right? And this is why it's going to be a big sudden collapse for America, because when we lose the petrodollar, when we lose the world reserve currency, our good life is over. Because if you look at the hood in America versus, let's say, a hood in a third world country, there's a big difference. People in the hood here have it really, really good because we have the world reserve currency. Simply put, we're able to print this fake money. We ship it around to all these other countries, and they send us their raw materials. They send us their bicycles. They send us their cars. They send us their X, Y, and Z. Okay, everything you can imagine, right? From our food to bananas to whatever. So we're in a situation where the dollar is in deep trouble, okay, because of sanctions. The other problem is that we're seeing that, Russia now is asking to get paid in their own currency when they sell gas and oil, okay? And not only is that going to prop up their own economy, but it's going to force all these other countries like Germany, whatever, that need their raw resources like oil to now buy their rubles of Russia to be able to buy their oil, okay? So this is another blow to the petrodollar because things are shifting. At the same time, we saw Saudi Arabia in talks with China for them to accept the petro yen, where they're only going to have a possibility, maybe, accept the Chinese dollar yen for all oil sales, okay? And this is what gives teeth to the petrodollar. This is what gives teeth to the American reserve currency, because we're not backed by anything. It's not like the old days where our dollar is backed by gold. Actually, it's backed by nothing besides the petrodollar. What gives teeth to the dollar is the Saudi, OPEC, okay? And it seems like OPEC is mad at us. They're working other deals. And this is another sudden death blow to the dollar, and why I think that the economy is going to collapse. The other thing we need to realize is that because of fractional reserve lending, because of this, you don't have to produce anything, you can borrow idea, okay? We're going to be in deep trouble because there are so many corporations that are doing business in Russia, and a lot of these companies just closed down. So all the debt they have, all the infrastructure they spent for is gone, but they're still owe on that debt, okay? And there's going to be defaults. There's no way to put it, okay? And that's going to trickle down into your 401, your retirement, your pensions, your equities, okay? Because, when things go down, they're going to go down suddenly. Now, on top of the banking system going into default, which then is going to do a domino effect, Lehman Brothers 2.0, okay? We're also at a situation where we don't have a lot of raw resources, okay? Because we get it from everywhere else. We print this fake money, we ship it out, we get this raw resource from other countries, and a lot of countries, they're not happy with us, okay? And all over the world, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Another problem is that we don't manufacture stuff. We manufacture weapons, okay? And we sell out. We're the biggest weapon dealers in the world, right? We manufacture weapon and we manufacture debt, okay? That's the only thing. We manufacture debt and weapons. Sure, we have a little factories here and there, but they're not enough to provide for our own people in America. And everything's being outsourced out to China, to all these other countries. And guess what? We're sanctioning China. We just sanctioned China again. We're tariffing them. And very, very, very soon, we're going to see a big collapse because we don't have the stuff. We don't make the stuff. We're going to have financial defaults. So things are getting pretty crazy, and it's going to happen really quickly because the dollar's in trouble, or corporations are in trouble. All they have is a bunch of debt. Okay, the people are in trouble. Our government is in trouble. All they have is a bunch of debt. Their petrodollar is losing grip. Okay, and so all of a sudden we're going to see a collapse in the economy. We have a big potential because people are barely making it. Inflation is so high, guys. It's like I said months ago, it's like 25%. Okay, people say, "Oh, you're crazy," but we just saw the senators wanted to get a raise for 21%. So at least inflation is 21% because they need that much to justify to pay their bills. Okay, so imagine the average Joe, the guy that's a plumber, the guy that works at McDonald's, the guy that's a waiter, the guy that has a small businesses. What's going to happen to them? Rent is getting more expensive. Houses is getting more expensive. Food is getting more expensive. Gas is getting more expensive. Everything around us is getting more and more expensive. And as there is going to be more price increase, because first we have price increase inflation because of printing of all this money. Then we had price increases because we sanctioned and tariffed China, and not a lot of supplies came in. But now we're going to have on top of that, more inflation because now we're not going to get any products at all, okay? Because the raw material is not coming from China. The raw material is not going to be coming from Russia, okay, to make this stuff, okay? So we're going to have major price increases. We're going to have major food shortages. We're going to have major inventory shortages. Price is going to rocket, and all of a sudden, the economy is going to collapse, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Now, it's already happening. That's why, Big Brother needs a distraction with this war, okay? And they need to reset it. They need to reset the money because they're in trouble. And that's why they're printing so much money. They're doing whatever they can. We have massive debt. We don't produce much here, very little. And we have a society where we want to stick our hand out, sign a piece of paper, get the money first, get the harvest first, and then we may go become a farmer. We may go dig and plow the ground. But who wants to do that when you already got the harvest? So we're in a society where you get the cake first without even cooking it, without even buying it, without saving it. Where other countries are in the mindset of, you work, you save, and then you buy. We're in a situation where they give you the stuff first, and then you may work to produce something. So don't be surprised if you don't see a massive pain and suffering coming to America, especially if this conflict increases more and more across the world, ladies and gentlemen. More pain is coming, and it's going to be pretty quick. It took a long time for the dollar to lose 90% of its value, but the rest of the 10% is going to be really fast, in my opinion, if things don't change. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, you're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and twice as beautiful as you ever imagined. Romy.